close to Portland, or we're in Portland, I guess.
Okay.
That is the Columbia River. We just crossed out of Oregon back into Washington.
Okay. What are we doing today?
I'm going to be hooking up with Brandon, who is a kayak angler, first and foremost, but he's also does the social media and stuff for Next Adventures, which is one of our Jackson kayak dealers. And he is taking us fishing on the Columbia River for some smallmouth bass.
Oh, he's filming you. Just filming you.
What if we film him?
He's filming you.
Sure is. Film him, film me.
Right. Yep. Everyone's got cameras.
Show you yours if you show me mine.
It's like Inception.
Welcome.
How you doing, man?
Very good. Nice to meet you finally.
All right, guys have already launched. I'm sitting here fussing with USB connections and power supply for the GoPro. Had trouble with it yesterday. Brandon actually came through. He found, I'm gonna put that one away. Found me a cord. So I'm not waterproof here anymore. At least now I can film as long as it's not raining. Let's see if I can catch up. Look at that. It's so pretty here. I think this big boat drifted away from the shoreline and can't fire up the big motor. Jameson's out there towing him in with a torpedo. All right, so I got bigger camera woes than power. Every time I say, GoPro, start recording, it's recording. Then it stops. I think I may have killed it on that whitewater run yesterday. Anyhow, I'm doing it all on this poor old camera today. I may switch over my dome camera to be this one and see if that power supply works. So where are we headed, man?
I think we're going to get to some backwaters.
Okay. Some little oxbows, or I don't know what you call them.
There's a bridge we're going to go under. There's some backwater where they typically spawn in. We'll go check that out first.
Okay.
See if we can
Are these fish pre-spawn, spawning, post-spawn?
It's going to be a mix of three. I think you're going to have mostly spawn and post-spawn, but there's a chance that there's some pre-spawners, which we'll check out on the main river after.
Okay. I bet you that pinch point heading back in there is a real active area.
Yeah.
I'm going to try crankbait in there.
Yeah, well, we may stop in front. There's that big wooden tower. We might check that out because they'll spawn in there and come stage outside.
Cool. So what other species besides the smallmouth are here?
So, Columbia River is well known for their Chinook salmon, king salmon, a lot of sturgeon. Shad runs through here. There's a whole bunch of things. If we go way more east, there's actually a lot of backwaters with good largemouth as well. A couple of weeks ago, there was multiple 25-pound bags of largemouth weighed out of there.
25-pound bags of largemouth
On this river, but you got to go more east. So, primarily the salmon fishery is what this is known for. A lot of Native Americans here, they net their salmon and they sell it as a source of income. So, I mean, this thing has been here for hundreds of years, and a lot of people come here to visit. There's a lot of trails up in the mountains and the Columbia River Gorge. That's a scenery for everybody. So it's a big tourist attraction here.
So I went up in there a little bit, and it's really clear out here on the main river, which I think there's a dam that we filmed on the way in that was a huge dam. Is letting water through. So there's water movement here. It's been unusually warm in the Columbia River area, and I think we got a lot of snow melt that's occurring higher up, and it's more turbid out here, muddier water. So thought I would fish the pinch point leading into this and fish that more turbid water. You need a more aggressive, noisy lure, and that's the jackhammer. I just missed one on the jerkbait. Had him on for a second. I'm doing quick little twitches, and it's on this current seam. Not a current seam, but a transition between the muddy and the clean water. I'm trying to catch up with them, but I got that jerkbait out, and I'm just moving along. And look what happened. I was just trying to cover ground, and I was actually just trying to show you what technique I was doing to cover water. And this guy latched on. Yeah, it's a good smallmouth. Let me get this. Oh, yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, excellent work there, smallmouth. She's 17, pretty stout, taking the jerkbait, diving down. Hello, Mr. Brown. Nice to see you. Yes. Oh, I missed you. Missed you, friend. I found you here. Actually, this is the furthest west. I'm gonna turn around so you can see this beautiful fish that I've caught. This fish. Wonder if they smell any different. Little bit. Oh, what a beautiful fish. Yay, smallmouth. Yeah, I'm on a good spot. That was right under the boat. This guy jammed it. It's the windblown side, and that always helps. Wind's blowing right into it. I actually saw what I think was a bunch of carp. I ran right over them, and man, there's a lot going on, man. I got sirens and trains and geese being stupid geese. I might switch from the jerkbait because they're hitting pretty aggressively, and honestly, the hassle factor of 3 sets of trebles in unhooking these fish is if I can get by with a diesel minnow, like a 4-inch diesel minnow, oh, it's a much. I just broke that hook off in your face. As I was saying, you can see that hook left in there. Sorry, dude. Let's see if I can still get it out after I let you breathe. The hassle factor, if I can get by with a diesel minnow, as opposed to, yeah, I got that out of them, and I'll let him go. See you, guy. It's just easier handling, you know, 1 hook instead of, well, in this case, 9. Now it's 8. I just broke that one part off. Less hassle factor. There's fish right here on the bank. They're in here. You got the 4-incher on there with one of the redfish eye jig heads. I think that eyeball makes a great target. And a little more subtle than the jerkbait. We'll see. It's a little smaller profile, which I think for the baby salmon. Oh, there he is. Saw him come up and eat it. That was good. Okay, diesel minnow checks out. I'm gonna stick with the diesel minnow. I mean, right out of the gate, this has been one of the best, like, first 3 fish really quick. Just a really quick start to catching. I mean, and they're solid fish. They're not dinks. That one's probably 16 3/4. sometimes I do this. If it's a big fish and he wants to run in a direction, I put the motor on and say, okay, you want to run it out to deeper water? I'm gonna go with you. I'm not gonna put stress on that hook connection. Let him tire a little bit. All right, let him tire some. That's a good fish. All right, let me loosen off on that throttle. I'm also pulling him away from where he was and maybe where some of his buddies were. And then easy peasy into the net. I'll let you catch your breath there, Bubba. Okay. There he is. So I got 3 of the 5 bites in this little area right here, so I am dropping the anchor. The wind is still doing goofy stuff to me. It's like whitecaps over on that shoreline. Alright. Trying with the diesel minnow. Same thing I was doing with the jerkbait, which is trying to catch up with these guys moving across this big area and just trolling and twitching as I go. I think this is a deeper area, so maybe I'll slow down and let it get a little bit down. So the wind, I'm sure, always howls in here because it's a canyon. I mean, it's just an absolute, funnel of wind with these mountains on either side of this river valley that's narrow but big. It's a big river, and I think it's a rare day when you do not have wind in a place like this. Yeah, I brought you into the boat pretty green. So I'm approaching the windblown bank where I got my first 5 quickly, and the wind's kind of going this way. As I'm going towards it, I'm actually casting with the wind, same direction of the wind. The reason for it is if I'm casting sideways, there's a big curvature in my line as I'm reeling in. That decreases your hookup percentage. If once I get into this area, and I will cast crosswind, there'll be shorter multiple casts. Like going that way, not launching it real far. So you got to consider: are you casting in a way that causes a lot of curvature in your line, which leads to low hookup percentage. Why is there a parade of geese where I want to catch smallmouth? This point here, and I'm back on the jerkbait, just out here in the open water. The wind is not as strong as it was when we first got here, and at least for me, the bite kind of slowed down a little bit. It was hot and heavy as soon as we got here, and it started with what I'm doing: slow trolling, moving forward, just twitching that jerkbait as I go. Looks like Jameson's catching one over there. How has it been on this corner? You guys are fishing this little calm pocket here.
Yeah, this corner is kind of more of just a big spawning area. I caught one little over probably 19 inches. Nice. Jameson caught one probably over 18. Surprisingly, there's still females back here, so that was, with this cold weather getting pushed back so far, it's kind of a good thing we came back here. A little bit out of the wind, and there's still some good fish in here. So
What'd you get yours on?
got mine on the drop shot. It's all tangled up. T-man trick shots, green pumpkin goby.
Nice.
Seeing some dark spots up there, which I assume are beds, and I mean, even if you cast 5 feet from them, it seems like they still want to eat it. So
Nice.
through
You
the
putting
moving-
any scent in the ribs on that thing?
Nope, didn't need any scent.
No.
Maybe if we get on the main river, but back here, I mean, for them, it's just seeing something that's different. So
Nice. Getting some good fish?
Oh yeah.
Good.
I think Jameson just hooked his third.
Nice.
I had a giant come out and just mouth the chatterbait.
Yeah.
I caught one on the chatterbait, but the rest of them have been on the sinking
Okay.
because they're just mouthing the chatterbaits. And
3 on that. 5 on the 4-inch diesel minnow. Just swimming on the wind-blown shorelines. All right, I'm back on the Little John crankbait, but this is the shallower diver. A whole lot of crazy deep water in here, and I'm kind of liking these stumps. There was one. That's a good fish. Loosen it. Take a Little John. Where you want to go? I'll run there with you. Run off to the left. Keep you buttoned. Oh, he hung on something. Or is he really just that strong? Pretty strong. He got it down in that coontail grass. One hook it hit. Yeah, he burrowed a little bit. That right there, just barely hooked. Very little flesh gathered. That's why you have a moderate action rod for fishing crankbaits. I even loosened up on that drag when I actually saw the crankbait flashing on the outside of his face, like it wasn't in the mouth, and that can make a difference. All right, the more I get into this area, the more I'm catching all this coontail grass, so I'd rather leave it intact. I'm gonna holster this Little John crankbait, and I know Jameson had said that he threw the jackhammer, had a giant mouthed. I'm gonna do something a little more subtle than the jackhammer. So the jackhammer, this is a 3/8 ounce with a 5-inch diesel minnow, fairly big profile here, and really loud and flashy with that jackhammer blade. I'm going to tell you that there are times when I should really use line clippers. No, there are times where jackhammer's too much, and when you want to go a little bit more stealth. I got a brand new one here. So this guy is the stealth blade, jackhammer stealth blade. I got a 1/2 ounce. That particular color is Clearwater shad. I think it might be close to, you know, the baby, I keep using the wrong word, but the baby salmon that are the forage smelt, something like that. I'm using the wrong term. Anyhow, you know, silvery holographic kind of skirt with a gray back. Let's match, once I get the little red hook protector off, let's match that. I'll come back to that. Those things are tough to get off. With something that's doesn't have the boot tail and goes dunk 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 and jump all over the place. More subtle. This is the scented jerk shad in bad shad. So that with that little whippy tail, I think that's gonna work. All right, let's tie it on there. Okay, got one on the stealth blade. clear plastic instead of the metal. He choked it. Watch that one come right up and grab the stealth blade right at the boat. You're still pretty green. I'm getting ready to blow it into the, that might be my biggest. That one's the biggest yet. Beautiful. Last one hit. I got to watch him come up and eat it. Right here. You got buddies? So, I think I probably look ridiculous putting a rain jacket on a day that's this bright and sunny, but that's just it. My arms are burning up and I forgot my sunscreen back in the truck, so had a rain jacket. Time to cover up those arms. Yep, I'm liking the way I see those white caps. That was a hit. That one feels pretty good. Yep, really good. Very good. Good. Goodness gracious. That's a stud fish. Ah, yes. Yep. That's a freaking adult. Look at that! Yes! Ooh, wind-blown side of it. I think you're 20. You're close to it if you aren't. Number 12 is a freaking stud. Yeah, you smell good too. All right, Brandon's got a catch board here for me. Let's see what this guy is. Mind if I wet this?
Go ahead. Do whatever you need to do.
I mean, your identifier's good.
Yeah, I was from last weekend's tournament, so.
Okay. Right at 20.
I'm gonna come up on you for that fish.
Okay.
Great fish.
Alright, wind is picking up and I just filmed catching 2 of them with Matt here. You got a pretty good shot of the jump, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe a 14.5, 15 went. Got another one that was maybe a little bit bigger, but that bank has so many fish on it. I knew after we did our little interview piece, like, that's a good bank, and we were right there, so it worked out. But I want to go back up to where that 20 was, because I know I had a second fish in there that came up and sniffed it that was similarly big.
I know these guys want to hit the big water for the big ones.
So, are we wrapping up in here and then going out?
They're kind of itching towards it. I think they're getting a little too confident with the ones they're catching here.
Yeah.
So I think they want to move on.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm probably pulling my camera down because I bet it's even windier out there.
Yeah.
The GoPro isn't working. I think for the rest of the story, you're going to have to check out the Road Trip Angler on YouTube and also on Bally's Sports Network on TV. We'll see. I might give you a few more highlights, but it's big water out there on the river, and I don't want to keep my last camera standing. This one, I don't want to subject it to that much wind and wave out there. I got to keep one running. I'm going to see if I can find a place to buy another GoPro Hero 9 because I think I've pretty much killed that one. So anyhow, thanks for watching. There'll be another one. We're going to do this again tomorrow.